Welcome to Traveling with the Gramkracker. Good evening. I'm glad you've come along this evening, and this will be a little bit different format than traveling or anything else I'm doing. But I want to come to you with an episode called The Likes and Dislikes of Nomad Life. Now, I've been on the road now 5 years. I'm into year 6. I left Minnesota in December of 2015, and I finished out my 5th year on the road as a nomad this last December at the Gramkracker meetup. It happens to fall on the same day as my birthday. I left home December 17th, and that was my 5-year mark. As a veteran nomad, and I consider myself a veteran now because I've been out here probably as long or longer than most, there's a small handful that have been out here a lot longer than I have. But by the time you hit as many years as I've been out here, you kind of know a little bit of what you're doing. And if you don't, you're smart enough to still keep asking and to find out what you need to know. So anyway, I want to go through some of my likes of why I like this lifestyle and some of my dislikes of what I don't like about this lifestyle. First thing I'll say is when you first hit the road, some people don't have any idea where they're going to go. They've lived in a sticks and bricks most of their life or all of their life, and they're like, where am I going to go? Or maybe they've dreamed of that one place they want to go, or several places they want to go, and made a plan to go see those places. When I left home, or what I called home, there was only one place that I really, really wanted to go, and that was a place in Wisconsin. And it was a bike shop that made ice. Well, actually, they didn't make them, they sold them. They sold ice trikes. They're a 3-wheel recumbent tricycle. And I had one, and I wanted to go to this place where they sold recumbents, and I wanted to see the other models and just see the big thing that was advertised the whole time I was cycling. Some of you know that I've cycled long distance and have cycled all around Minnesota and different parts of the country by bike with a tent and my dog and whatever else needed to go with us. So that would have been one of my RVs, I would call it. It just took a little longer to get there, and it was a lot more work than turning the key in Vinny here. Anyway, after that I had no idea where I was going to go. I really didn't. I had no idea. I wanted to possibly go visit friends I hadn't seen in forever. Family. I didn't have any family to go really visit. I did have some kids that lived a little further away, but other than that, I just had friends I wanted to go see. So that's what I did. I started traveling to see the friends that I hadn't seen in years. And I found that a lot of the nomads out here, that's what they do the first year, is visit friends and family and kind of get their feet wet and learn the ropes of where to go and where not to go. And I know my first year, my first season, was Walmart parking lots for the most part. I lived in a class B+, and that first season I just went and visited friends, and then life happens, and I had to travel fast out to California and pick up my daughter, and then we traveled together a little while. But some of the things I liked when I first started out in year one was that Walmarts were available. They're not so much available anymore. They were available then to stay the night. You felt safe. You could go in and get your groceries and whatever else you needed and stock up and have a place to spend the night and hit the road the next day. But they're not so available anymore. And that's because people have abused the Walmart parking lots, and some people have decided they need to live there. Walmart's never was a place to live. It was a place to park overnight. And there's lots of other places in the United States to park overnight, not for any longer than that. Some of the other places that I found my first year was city parks and places like that to park overnight as you're traveling from one place to the next. I didn't know about boondocking at that point or staying any longer than just overnight. I just went from place to place that first season. It was just me, and then when I picked up my daughter, we traveled for I think a month or two, and that was it, and then it was back to just me. And so that's one of my likes, was the Walmart parking lots for the first year. I liked my motorhome. It had all the convenience you could ever have in a motorhome, but I didn't like that it looked so new. It was a 2007 Itasca Cambria Class B+, and it was in beautiful shape. It looked new, and it seemed to scream to me, I have money, come rob me. And I was nervous a lot because of that. And different places I went to, I was always afraid I was going to get broken into or something of that nature. So now that I'm traveling in Vinny's a lot older, is a 1997. It just, to me, it doesn't look like something that somebody would want to mess with or think that I had a lot of money. Maybe they think that, a lot of people think I'm a hippie because of the colors of the bus. They fail to realize that the colors that Vinny is from Phoenix area city bus. It's a city bus, and the paint job is the paint job it's had since the day it was built in 1997. It's a city bus, and I like the color, and I left it. I mean, getting a bus this big painted, the expense would have been the expense, and I didn't want to do like rattle can or whatever. So I like Vinny, and I like the color of Vinny, and I like it way more than I liked the Class B+. It has the same amount of room width-wise. I know the B+ had a little bit of a slide to it, but this is just as big. And I'm comfortable in here, and I can stay in here all day, every day. If it rains, I can stay inside. I'm not afraid to stay inside. It's very comfortable. I like the fact that I can sit down and watch a movie in here and block out all the noise. It's very quiet in here. And I just feel safe in my van. And or my bus, van, whatever you want to call it. It's way bigger than a van. A lot of people see it and go, oh, you live in a van. This used to be a bus, and it's a good sized bus. It's almost 8 feet wide, and it is 19 feet long. Now most of your vans are 6 wide, not 8, so there's quite a bit of difference between one side of the van and the other. But that gives us a lot more room without the need of a slide out. And I like that about this particular vehicle, because I can park places and I don't have to worry about a slide out. So then, traveling around by myself that first and second season also, I decided, Hey, what about national parks? I haven't seen any of those. Let's go to national parks. That's a really good option. I really like doing that because they're there, they have campgrounds, there's always camping close by, and lots of things to see, lots of things to learn and check out, and it's a destination. And America has a bunch of them, and I went to a lot the first couple of years. I went all over the Southwest and a lot of the Northwest into the national parks. Now, I've done most of my traveling on the west side of the Mississippi River. I haven't gone east yet. I'd like to, but I get a little chicken to go east because of the road widths is one thing. The costs would be another. It's kind of expensive to go there. And there's not a lot of boondocking land east of the Mississippi. It's more cities. And that's just not my thing. I'd like to see the country and all that, but I think I'd like to wait until I get the tracker hooked up. And that way I can park, get in the car, and go and see what I want to see. We'll see how that goes in the next few years. I don't have much of a list. I didn't make much of a list. But, another thing I really like is the freedom. Traveling gives me freedom. It gives me freedom to go where I want to go, as long as I have the money to go. And it gives me freedom to decide where I want to be, how long I want to be. And one of the things I learned that I was out here was boondocking. I don't much like sitting in the same place for longer than about a week, especially if I'm alone or by myself. Things have changed since year 1 and 2. Things have changed a lot. I'm not traveling by myself anymore. Year 3, I bought Vinny in year 3 and moved into Vinny and sold Cambria. And things have changed since I did that. I now fit more into the quote van community. Before with the RV, I did not. And there's something about the van community being like, it's just like a thing, like you're like part of a group. Whereas like with the RV community, they're really specialized into brand. Like if you have a coachman, there's a coachman club, or you have a Born Free, there's a Born Free club, or you have a Winnebago, there's a Winnebago club. I signed up for a lot of those different types of clubs when I first hit the road as well, like escapers and escapees. I signed up for them and different things like that. And I found that I didn't really fit into those groups. Because you see, I may be older looking, but mentally I'm not older. So I don't fit very well with the older group. And then mentally I'm young, but I look really older. So I don't fit with the younger group. That's another thing that's pretty hard. Even when you live in sticks and bricks, finding your niche where you fit and where you feel comfortable. And it took me until my transition process to decide where I fit. I didn't fit my whole life. You know, I never fit anywhere when I was growing up. But now that I have walked into my true self, who I really am, who have been forever, now I'm comfortable enough to fit somewhere. So traveling in the van, I fit very comfortably in van circles, but most of the people I travel with are not in vans. There's just a few of us. The rest of them are in motorhomes. It's kind of weird, kind of an oxymoron, I guess. A lot of people also ask about tribes. Are you part of a tribe? I don't consider myself part of a tribe. There is a group of us that we call ourselves a family. We're not a big group, but there's a family group, a core family. But then there's other people that pop in and travel with us, and I guess you would call them the tribe, because it grows and then it gets small and it gets, people come and they go, and it's never the same people all the time, except for the family. The family is a few of us, and we're pretty much always all together. And that changed my life when that happened for me. And it took some time, it took some searching, and it took some, hanging out with people and people accepting you and liking you and making sure you like them and you treat them with respect, and they in turn treat you with respect, and eventually you find the people that you are suited to be around and you just fit in. A lot of the people that we travel with are part of the the LGBTQ, we call it the alphabet mafia. A lot of them are in that alphabet mafia. We have some of them that are not, and we love each and every one of us. So we have a good time together. Let's see, what other likes I like about nomad life? I like that we have dinners together, whether we cook them in our own rigs and eat together, or we cook them together. I like that we spend that time together socializing. I really do. It's very important. I know with COVID, people have had a hard time socializing in the last year. That's a bummer, because people are letting fear, and I get it, COVID's real, but they're letting fear come into what's very basic necessity for the human life, and that's socialization. If you can't seem to not be afraid, wear masks, wear several of them, and still socialize. But don't throw that out the window. That's an important part of life, and I love nomad life because it brings us together to socialize. We have a lot of parties, and I love the parties. I never partied when I was younger. I never could. I was never invited to go anywhere. And now there are people out there that would love to come to some of the parties that we have. And a lot of you have. And I've enjoyed meeting you. That's part of another thing that I really like, is meeting the people that I see leave comments here. And I get to meet them face to face and in person and get to know them a little bit. And that's fun for me. Now, I'm not a super outgoing person out there in real life. On the camera, I'm talking to the camera, of course, but I know you're going to be behind that camera watching it. But I do occasionally like to meet people that I interact with here online on traveling with the Gramkracker. I think it's fun. I love to see the people that um, comment from overseas, from other countries, from Canada, from England, different places in the world. Um, that's kind of cool. I like that too. Uh, but I like these things. Let's see, what else do I like about the nomad life? Let me think. There's a lot of things I like. Being able to go to where my children live and visit them, and I don't have to live in each one's backyard. It's very difficult to live and spend a lot of time with all of your children if they live in different areas, or even if they live in the same neighborhood. You still can only visit a couple of them at a time unless you have group gatherings. So traveling gives you a chance to go to where they live because of their hectic lifestyle. I'm now retired, so I can go to where they live. I can visit them. I can see what they're doing, and then I can get out of their hair and go back to my life, and they can have their life. I really like that about the nomad life, because you can see your kids and your grandkids. A lot of people go, well, if you're traveling, you never see your family. Yes, you can. That's one of the joys of nomad life, is to be able to go see your family. If you're in a sticks and bricks going to see them, it's like pulling teeth, and for them to come to see you, that isn't happening. They got to work. They got to take care of the kids. They got to do all this 9-to-5er stuff. No. Traveling as a nomad gives you a chance to go and see them, and they get a chance to see you, and you get to visit a bit. Let's see. I like, one of the things I like is not everybody has to live the same. We all have different homes, different ways of traveling, different styles. We do things, each and every one of us do things differently. There's a lot of people out here that are just like super minimalists, and they just love it. They thrive on that, to see how much they can live without. I'm not a minimalist, people. I like to live simple, but I really like to live comfortable. And if that means having more stuff and having more weight and having to haul it around, that's what I do. That's why I have a trailer. I like to live comfortable. I don't have everything you would have in a sticks and bricks. I don't need it. But I do want to live comfortable. I don't want to be out here and not have what I want. And some of the things I don't like is like going into towns and into cities. I really don't like that. So being able to be a nomad and not have to go in there often, really like that. That's great. I don't like when it rains and the front of my van leaks. That I don't like. But I'd rather have it rain and the van leak than to sit at home and shovel snow. So, I mean, it's a trade-off of what you like and what you don't like. This has been mostly some of the things I like. And maybe this week I'll think of some of the things that I really don't like and make a little list of that so I can throw it out there. But there's a whole lot more that I like out here than not like. One of the things I don't like is the desert area that we've been in for the last few seasons. I don't like that there's not luscious green trees and grass and that. It's just mostly stickers and rocks and dirt and dust. However, in order to enjoy the social season, which it is right now, and to see all the people again year after year and be where it's warm and it's sunny. Like today was in the upper 70s and we're on a lake, and I know the rest of the country is in a frozen ice box right now. But to be able to do what we're doing, we have to come to this area, or possibly southern Texas and maybe southern Florida. Other than that, the weather's cold, rainy, snowy, icy, whatever. So I do like that for the winter months, and you know, I guess you just suck it up, and then in the summer you go see something else. You get to travel in the summer and go to see other states and do different things that you wouldn't do in the wintertime because they're covered in snow. So that's another thing I like, is that during the winter we can come down here. It's familiar down here now. We know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. I mean, I had over 100 people come to my meetup, and that's just a small fraction of the people that we've seen this year at the different events and different gatherings. But you get to know the people because you go see them year after year. And like I said, been out here 5 years now, and quite a few people I've known since I got out here, and in the last couple of years a lot more than I know. And every year you come back, you know more and you know more. That's the upside of coming down here to the desert. The downside for me, like I said, is no trees, no grass, but we do have these beautiful sunsets down here. So I think there's a lot more likes for me than dislikes of traveling as a nomad. Way more likes. One of the things I want to say before I take off is that I chose to be out here. A lot of people come out here because they've lost a job or they've lost their home or whatever, and they look at this as an alternative source than to start over or move into maybe a nursing home or a assisted living, or even, you know, living on the streets. This is way better, and it is, because you still have your home. You have a home that you can convert a vehicle, many different types of vehicles, and live in it. I had a home. I had a house, a really nice house, and if I have a picture in here, I'll put it in here right about here. And I sold that house to come out and travel as a nomad. Now, with the economy and all that, I'm sure that if I wanted to go back and get another house and rent a house, it'd be very much almost impossible for me to do it at this stage. Lots of things have changed in the last 5 years. Prices have gone astronomically higher. However, I did choose to come out here on the road, and so by doing that, by it being a choice, I was able to have a real nice vehicle to begin with and get the understanding of what I liked and what I didn't like within the vehicle itself. And then when I bought Vinny, I was able to build Vinny out the way I liked it. And I love traveling with our little family group because so many of us have off-road vehicles, and we can take people with us and see some sights that we couldn't normally see if we're in our motorhomes. And this next summer, when I get Dusty all ready to travel, I'll be able to participate in that kind of stuff more often, and I think that's going to enhance my traveling in the van. I think it's going to enhance my whole traveling experience exponentially by having a tow vehicle behind Vinia, which it'll give me so much more freedom.
No, give me a hole.
the ice cream. We need ice cream. Can you tell? We definitely need ice cream.
Oh, you got some wood.
Holly. Where you going, Holly? Where you going, Holly? Hey, Holly girl. Holly belongs to Chuck. Pretty smart dog. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Wait. We are on a ride. I'm riding in this, by the way. I'm riding in this nice little Jeep.
Called you guys off, or waved you guys off. It actually went to a donkey path.
Footpath.
And, I mean, we were straddling the thing. It's like,
We saw you on 3 wheels.
no.
It looked like it was going to go
Yes,
you
tip.
did.
Chuck
You
decided
were-
It
to
looked like it was
try
going
to
to
roll
tip to the side,
It did
didn't
for a
it?
his
It would
rig.
have if we didn't take a different way. Just
Right,
because
yeah.
of
In the early spring, I'm going to build out Dusty. So I'm actually going to be doing a build out on it. And hopefully I remember to film the build out. I just did some mechanical work on Vinny here and didn't film a thing. And I had to replace a part that goes to the water pump, and I had to replace that, and I didn't film it. Sorry guys, I should have, but I didn't. I miss filming opportunities all the time. I forget to take my camera, or I don't set it up so I can use it properly to film. I gotta get better at that, and that's nobody's fault but my own. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with that tonight. It's just basically talking to you about what I like and what I dislike about nomad life. Just a chit-chat evening, kind of laid back, that sort of thing. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not as ill as I was this summer, but it has taken a toll on me. I have not quite been right since the summer when I got shingles and heat exhaustion. I've been battling with inflammation and just super high blood pressure, so I haven't been feeling the best. So, you know, making videos has been a chore, and I've got to get back into the swing of things. Those of y'all out there that pray for me. I'm going to start a new food program tomorrow. Under a doctor's supervision. Hopefully I can jumpstart my metabolic problems and get my blood pressure down, get the inflammation down, and start feeling better. I am walking out, taking the dogs for walks, and I am moving, so it's not that I'm just sitting all the time. But this food program is not about losing weight, which would be a benefit if I can, but it is about resetting my metabolic syndrome problems, such as either pre-diabetic or diabetic by now. I don't know which. I'll know maybe March. When I go to the doctor, I'll find out. It's also supposed to help reduce or remove inflammation out of the system, and it's supposed to bring down your blood pressure, and hopefully I can do that. So keep me in your prayers, folks. I covet everyone that prays for us. You know, pray for all of us. Jake has had a cough for the last month plus, and other than that, he's doing well. I don't know, it sounds like he's got something stuck in his throat or some mucus like back in here. He doesn't have anything in his lungs, but he just sounds like that, and every once in a while he hacks up and tries to hack up a hairball, which he doesn't have a hairball. Nothing comes out. So I could use a little bit of wisdom on that and some prayers from you folks. Let's see. Other than that, I think we're doing good. Quark's settling in fine. Right now they're both asleep, or I'd let you take a peek. They're just sleeping. I'll put in a couple pictures that I've taken. of the two of them. They get along great. Jake likes him. Jake really likes him. Quark likes Jake, and I think Quark has decided he's going to be Jake's protector. He gets pretty upset when other dogs mess with Jake, and when they're playing out in the water and they try to take Jake's toys. He doesn't like that. Quark doesn't like that. So anyway, they're getting along great. They seem to like each other. I built a kennel in my van here for Quark to live in. Anyway, I'm still rattling. I need to quit. Thanks for coming along. Please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps. Both of those things help. Thumbs up, I guess, moves us up in the algorithms that YouTube has, so that our videos are, seen more often. Share. Tell your friends. Share this video. Share other videos. Go back and watch some that you haven't watched. Both videos are out now on the tax lien sale stuff. I know not all of you are into that, but those of you that are, they're both out. So go check them out. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for those that have sent gifts through PayPal for me. Thank you very, very much. And anything else? What am I missing? Oh, Teespring. Go over to Teespring and look under Gramkracker Travels or Traveling with the Gramkracker at my Teespring store. There is a link on my home page of my YouTube channel to get over there. There's some cool merchandise if you don't know about it. If you want a sticker, they're over there. The people that were printing stickers for us are no longer in business, so the only way to get a sticker would be on Teespring. And there's sweatshirts, t-shirts, and different things like that. Anyway, follow your heart, embrace your dreams, and cherish your life. And get out there and do something fun. Enjoy today. Even if there's snow on the ground and ice, find something you enjoy. And have a good day. All right, we'll talk to you another time. Bye-bye.